Hi everyone, my name is Abhiraj Garakapati. Welcome to my YouTube channel Amazing Abhi. Episode 10, Goyoku no Eruji, or The Lord of Greed, is the episode where the political tension finally becomes personal. Up to this point, Season 4 has been building a web of suspicion around the Western nations, the Ruins investigation, the Rosso family, and the quiet movements happening behind the scenes. This episode turns that slow setup into a direct confrontation. The main idea is simple. Rimuru has been treated like a new power that can be analyzed, used, cornered, or negotiated with. But episode 10 reminds everyone that Rimuru is not just a friendly ruler from Tempest. He is an awakened demon lord, and anyone trying to control him is playing a much more dangerous game than they understand. The episode is less about random action and more about the collapse of a mastermind's confidence. The recap begins with the scheme behind the arc becoming clearer. Maripabel Rosso is not a normal political enemy. She represents greed in a very literal and thematic way. Her ambition is not just money, land, or status. It is the desire to control every useful person, every profitable route, and every future possibility. That is what makes her dangerous. She does not look like a battlefield monster, but her method is more frightening because she works through influence, pressure, manipulation, and planning. Episode 10 uses her presence to show that the true enemy of Tempest is not always an army marching toward the gate. Sometimes the enemy is someone sitting in a luxurious room, moving pieces quietly across the board. The previous episode's Ruins investigation now feels like a trap closing around Rimuru and the people connected to him. The ancient ruin setting works because it gives the episode mystery and danger without needing a full-scale war. It feels like the kind of place where old secrets, lost powers, and hidden plans can overlap. Rimuru is pulled into a situation where Maribel's side believes they have enough information to make their move. But the tension comes from the audience knowing that Rimuru is usually several steps ahead, or at least protected by a level of awareness most enemies underestimate. This creates a nice reversal. The trap may have been designed for Rimuru, but the episode slowly changes the question from can Rimuru escape to does Maribel even understand what she has challenged? Before we move ahead, please take a second to like on this video. A like tells me that you enjoyed this topic. Your support helps Amazing Abhi grow naturally. Maribel's power and personality are built around greed. In storytelling terms, that makes her more than just a villain. She is a mirror for the kind of world Rimuru is trying to change. The old political world runs on fear, profit, bloodlines, secret alliances, and people treating others as tools. Rimuru's Tempest is different because it tries to build relationships through mutual benefit, trust, and shared progress. Episode 10 puts those two ideas against each other. Maribel sees people as resources to possess. Rimuru sees people as allies to protect. That ideological clash is why the episode has weight, even when it is built around conversation and intimidation more than non-stop fighting. The confrontation itself is the highlight. Maribel tries to push her advantage, but Rimuru's calm reaction changes the entire mood. This is one of those scenes where Rimuru does not need to shout to prove he is powerful. His confidence comes from control. He listens, observes, understands the situation, and then quietly shows that the enemy's assumptions are wrong. That makes the scene satisfying because the power gap is not only magical, it is mental and political too. Rimuru is no longer just the kind-hearted slime building a nation from scratch. He is a ruler who has survived wars, demon lords, church conspiracies, and international manipulation. Episode 10 lets viewers feel that growth very clearly. Visually and emotionally, the battle of wills is framed like blue light against gold light. Blue represents Rimuru's calm, adaptive, almost impossible to pin down nature. Gold represents Maribel's greed, wealth, ambition, and desire to bind the world under her influence. That contrast is what makes the confrontation feel cinematic. Even if the episode is not the most physical fight in the season, it has the energy of a duel. Every word becomes a move. Every reaction becomes a counter. And the more Maribel tries to assert control, the more obvious it becomes that she has misread Rimuru. The title Lord of Greed is important because greed may give someone reach, but it also blinds them to what cannot be bought or possessed. The episode also keeps attention on the larger shadow behind the immediate conflict. Yuki's role, the suspicious alliances, and the complicated political network around the Western nations all make the story feel bigger than one confrontation. Even when Mirabel is in focus, the audience can sense that she is not the only moving piece. This is important for Season 4 because it prevents the arc from ending too neatly. Rimuru may win one exchange, but the world around him is still full of hidden actors. That is one of the best things about this episode. It gives us a satisfying clash while also reminding us that the board is still crowded with dangerous players. Before we move ahead, please take a second to share on this video. Sharing helps this video reach friends who may also enjoy anime, gaming, travel, cricket, chess, career basics, or personal stories. Your support helps Amazing Appy grow naturally. As a review, Episode 10 works because it pays off the slower political build-up from Episodes 6 through 9. The Council of the West, the Mastermind reveal, the groundwork of Greed, and the Ruins investigation all lead into this moment. The episode makes the earlier dialogue feel more useful because now we understand what it was setting up. The strongest part is Mirabel's presence as a different kind of threat. She is not scary because she can overpower everyone in a straight fight. She is scary because she believes the world can be controlled if she understands the right weaknesses. The weakness of the episode is that viewers who prefer constant action may find parts of it dialogue-heavy. But for story-focused fans, this is exactly the kind of episode that makes Tenchura's politics interesting. The emotional meaning of the episode is that Rimuru has reached a point where enemy masterminds can no longer treat him like an unknown rookie. Early in the story, Rimuru often reacted to the world. Now the world reacts to him. That shift matters. People fear Tempest, investigate Tempest, want to use Tempest, or want to destroy Tempest because Rimuru's nation has become too important to ignore. Episode 10 captures that change beautifully. It shows that being strong is not only about defeating monsters. It is about standing in front of political predators and making them realize that Tempest is not a pawn. Rimuru is not just defending a town anymore. He is defending a new political future. By the end of the episode, the arc feels like it is shifting again. Mirabel's greed has been exposed, Rimuru has shown why he cannot be controlled so easily, and the political world has been forced to acknowledge Tempest's weight. But the story is not finished. The next episode, Milim's friend, suggests that the focus may begin moving toward new relationships, new consequences, and possibly a wider emotional or diplomatic setup. That makes Episode 10 feel like a turning point. It closes the immediate tension around Mirabel's greed, but it also opens the road to the next stage of Season 4. Final verdict: Episode 10 is a strong political confrontation episode, best enjoyed for its strategy, intimidation, and character growth rather than pure combat. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Amazing Appy. Subscribing makes sure you do not miss the next video, and it gives me motivation to keep improving the quality of every upload. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.